All right. There we go. There we go. All right. We are live. Very good. We are live today. Um, I like the way my YouTube video is way more than I like the way my screen for Facebook is. And and I'm still not quite sure if we go live on Instagram or not, but I have a friend who's looking into that right now. So here we are, and today's Monday, November 4th, 2024, the day before US election. And it's a big election, and I'm going to talk about that for sure. Um, so, yeah, there is a lot of tension in the air right now. There is, if you're in the US, you probably can feel it. A lot of people have told me that they have difficulty sleeping. Um, Hi, Todd. Nice to see you. A lot of people, told me they are, grumpy. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Um, People are just on the edge. It's like it's the climax. They're on the edge. They're frustrated. Almost, hi Todd. Almost everybody is scared in the U.S. And I don't want to say there is no reason to be, but I do want to say it's not worth our sanity, right? The tension is building, and the more we worry, the more people are scared, the more worry there is. Then that adds up more into lack of faith, into lack of trust in believing that everything that is happening or will happen will not be in our highest best. So from every situation, we learn something. Um, you know, even even when I lost each of my parents, it was an awful time for me. There was a lot of grief. There was a lot of anger. I mean, I know they were old and they were not healthy and it was time, but it was still hard, right? But from those experiences, I learned different things from each of them. And so my point is, even from difficult times, if we keep ourselves open, if we keep our minds and hearts open, we will learn from any situation, good or bad, or what we may think is bad, right? As long as we are learning, then we are ahead. Then we are not wasting our time. We are learning. And I know it's hard to there are many times in our lives it's hard to have faith. And I want to say something about that. The other day, I heard somebody say that he had been praying for 19 years so that he could do something. 19 years, every single morning, this guy woke up and said this a particular prayer. And after 19 years, it's about to happen. Imagine the faith for this one person. Imagine not giving up praying for whatever it is that you want for 19 years. I want you to process this. I mean, sometimes when we want something, 1 month is long. Okay, I'm going to bring you a visualization here. Think of going to California, walking into a restaurant, sitting down, and the waiter is 2 minutes too late before they come to your table. You know what Californians will do at a nice restaurant if a waiter is 2 minutes too late? I lived in Southern California. Not pretty, not pretty for that waiter. But here is somebody who prays for 19 years every single day. Can you hold that kind of faith for what it is that you want? Amazing, huh? I love it. It was just when he said that, like he continued on talking, but it felt for me that time stopped and I was just rehearing those words over and over and over again. What if I have that kind of faith within myself? What if you have that kind of faith within yourself for what it is that you want to accomplish? And just put everything else aside. So I want to talk about, I'll talk about the elections towards the end. I want to talk about something that I remembered that happened to me in high school. And this is about feeling lonely, having feelings of, like other people are laughing at you, being bullied. So I went to 4 different high schools, four, two in one country and two in the United States. And by the time I got to the United States, I was 16 and I went to this I went to this high school where many of the parents were very wealthy. So the kids were all most of the kids were dressed very nicely. And I spoke like an English, someone who was, from England with royalty. But I was Persian. I'm Armenian from Iran. So, and the hostage situation had just happened. So think about that. So I was in high school at that time, brand new high school. Everybody knew everybody. I stuck out like a sore thumb. And there was this one kid that I had a few classes with, my luck. He always laughed at me. I don't remember his last name, but I do remember his first name. His first name was Ira. Always made fun of me, and everybody in class would always laugh with him. And I just sat there quiet all the time, did not respond. I was never fast enough to respond. I was never confident enough to respond. So this kid bullied me for like half the year. Then on this particular day, when I sat down, and would always sit in front of me. In this one class, he would be right in front of me. And there were a few popular guys. There's a fly in my house again. I always leave that door open. There was a popular guy a couple of popular guys in my class, but I'm 16, right? All right. So Ira says, sitting right in front of me, "Boy, really loud. Boy, is she ugly." And everybody laughed. And I was so angry. Even though I felt ugly, I felt alone, I felt like I just every day I wish that life would end because I hated this life. I was so angry. He was not gonna get away with that. So quickly in my mind, I came up with an answer and I said it out loud right before the teacher walked in. I said it, "Well, as long as we have the same exact feeling for each other, I think we're just fine." And everybody laughed. And that was the last time Ira made fun of me. That was the last time he picked on me. I had just rescued myself unwillingly, unknowingly. I had rescued myself. And this is what I want to encourage everyone, because you don't have to be in high school to feel bullied. You don't have to be in elementary school or in high school or in college to feel bullied, to feel alone, to feel like you don't belong. People all through their lives find themselves in situations, even those that pretend they're not. They find themselves in situations that they are bullied at work. Sometimes it's done very just gently and politely, but it's done. It just takes courage for that one moment, that instant to respond back. And then you got it. Just like what happened to me. It still wasn't like I became a popular person after that. Not at all. But it just gave me a little bit of confidence so that I could go and search for different groups in high school, the misfits ones, just like me, that I could belong to some kind of a group where I wouldn't feel so lonely. That's what that one incident of one moment of courage helped me find and get through. So look for yours in whatever situation that you're in. If you are, unfortunately, if you are in a situation that you feel bullied, that you feel cornered, that you feel people are making fun of you, laughing at you, find that moment, that courage to respond, to get so angry that you would respond. So, okay, we have that put aside. Now I want to talk about the elections. The elections are tomorrow, and as I mentioned, we there's a lot of tension here in the U.S. I know there's a few people on that are not from the U.S. right now. And I know that the whole world is watching. I have friends all over the world, um, just like me, that I had to leave my country at age 14. So did many of my classmates from elementary school. So they're all over the world, and everybody is looking to the US to see who will win. Regardless of who wins, half of the country is not going to be happy, or at least 30% won't be happy, or 70% won't be happy. This is the time to practice compassion. This is the time to practice kindness. This is a moment where our individual characters can step forward and be kind and be compassionate. It is not a time to be rude. It is not a time to say, I told you so. It is not a time to have short, rude words or to be angry. It is not at all. No one that was ever angry made the right decision during that time. So I'm asking for that. I'm asking for kindness and unity after the winner is announced. I will not share what I did the cards this morning. I will not share what the answer was. Uh, Not because I think it was wrong, but because it's just, I don't feel that it's right to share something like that. I think that there's still people voting, and that's where respect comes. Just allow people to go out there and vote, and the decision, the winner would be announced. Um, which brings me into my third subject I wanted to talk about, channeling. Now, I have always, I have not always believed this, but as time has gone by and I listened to different channels during different um, historical events, I have found something in particular. When a person, let's say me, I am the channeler. When I have a belief, you know, it's election and I want person A to win. I believe that's the right person for our country. Okay. And then I sit down and I'm channeling whoever. I'm channeling Jesus. I'm channeling the galactic go-getters. I'm channeling the angels of Mars. I'm just making up names, of course. So whoever I am channeling to see who will win, because my belief is that I want A to win. Most of the time, this is what I will get in response back, that A is going to win, or A is the best candidate. If it was B, the whole world will fall apart, but A is the right one. I have never, never, ever listened to somebody channel and the channel come back exact opposite of what they believe. I've never heard that from anyone. So that is why I don't channel, because I am still not at a place where I believe that I can be so neutral that clear unbiased information will come through with no matter who I touch base with. So at any point in the future when I am, maybe I will channel at that time. So does anybody have any questions regarding anything that I have just shared? And if not, do you have any questions that that you want answers to? I know that Todd already wrote the weekly reading. Oh, I think it's gonna be like up and down, the weekly reading. But we should do that, right? Because we always do that. You know, when I do my best card reading is when I visualize I'm sitting next to the tree that I love. There is this beautiful tree um, in Pasadena, California, that I think it's the Sheraton Hotel. I think it's on the other side of the Sheraton, not the Marriott, but the Sheraton. It is it's, I'm sure it is at least 2,000 years old, if not 3,000 years old. It's just, and it's just on the sidewalk. So it's amazing. You also feel the energy. Yeah, it's just so intense. Um, very, very intense and very, very harsh. Uh, and people are edgy. So I went to the dentist this morning and literally waited an hour. A dentist that normally they are on top of it. You know, I sit there 2 minutes before they call me, and I always get on time. Today I waited an hour for them. So something was going on. Okay, let's get our weekly cards. We want um how do I phrase this question usually for the week? Um, what may we expect this coming week? Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the tree. The tree always is grounding. Can we stay grounded? Health, growing. The ship. The ship is movement, right? And the mountain. So the mountain is usually a blockage. Um, there's a blockage. Let me just get myself together. The tree is growing. The ship is movement. So I would say there might be a blockage that you would have to work through as far as whatever it is that you're trying to grow. Yeah, I like that. It feels right. We need movement for growth. you need to do something, you're trying to grow something, if you're trying to accomplish something, we need movement for that. So if you're trying to date, you got to go out there to meet people. If you're trying to learn a class, you've got to go to the class, you've got to read books, you've got to take action, the movement, the action. There might be some blockages, but you can work through it. It all makes sense. Yes, very good. I'm glad to hear that. So, if anybody has any questions, please go ahead. And I think Lisa's internet is not very good today because I see her come and go. Lisa says, peace with us. Peace be with us, all of us, or all, and it could be all of US as well. 7 feet from the summit, the mountain, chapter 10 in my in her book. When will Todd come to US and work with me? I don't think that's a question for me, Lisa. I think that's a question for Todd, who is right here. That's funny. My cards say Todd will answer your question now. I am channeling that answer. Okay. All right, Todd. We're waiting for your answer. When will you come to the US? If you come like, I don't know, mid-spring or late spring, if I know ahead of time, I can take time off and I can meet you guys. Or you can all come here and we can do something here together. What about the owl and the white wolf? What happened to the owl and the white wolf? Todd likes that idea. See? I didn't even have to pull cards for that. Okay, then. All right. So I like the idea of the man praying for 19 years. Of course, it doesn't mean that we all have to pray for 19 years to get what we want, but it does mean that we can have faith, and it does mean that we can have faith and to continue to pray for that which we want to accomplish. Any messages? So Lisa, while you were gone, Todd said mid-spring sounds good. Um, any messages from the two animals, from owl and from white wolf? Well, I don't have my animal cards with me, but I'll pull a card for each of them and see what happens. Any messages from Lisa's feathered friend, the owl? Okay. Anchor. We know that the owl is, Lisa, it was the anchor. We know that the owl is the wisdom holder. And the owl is asking you to anchor something down. And we know that the owl usually is hidden. The owl doesn't want to be seen. The owl is kind of works in the background, secretively, quietly. Um, I like the owl very much, and the owl always has messages. So the message is to anchor something down. There is an owl. Okay. Well, is it a white owl or just white bench? I think here's what you should do after this is over. Sit down, meditate, and just connect with the owl and see what messages you would get. And let's see what the white wolf. So you're both seeing the owl. I think you should also, the three of you, including the owl, the three of you should meditate together. Todd, you can hold space for Lisa as she meditates to get her message. And there might be a message that she gets for you as well during that time. So let's see what the white wolf wants to tell you, Lisa. Mice. Mice's anxiety. Um, but mice also, like, it nibbles away slowly but surely, right? Continuously doing its thing. I got the clouds and the snake after that. The clouds and the snake. The clouds are doubt, confusion, and the snake is betrayal, lies, problems. So, so I would say, Lisa, I'm trying to see. Um, there is a situation in your life that is continuously creating anxiety and stress for you, and it brings self doubt and it makes you feel betrayed. So, I would meditate with the owl, and then if I were you, I would continuously call the white wolf to help you clear this up. That is the message I am getting from the white wolf. Yes, that's right. It's a spot on. It's not going to rain in my parade. Yes, the white wolf is saying that here's what you're dealing with. Ask for my help so I can make it go away, so I can help you, guide you. That is what I got. And I want to see the picture of the owl too. I remember one time my husband was driving. We were going home in California. I had never seen an owl that close. We stopped at the red light to make a left turn, and then there was the divider ahead of us. There was one small tree, and from the small branch of the tree I just saw two white wings stretch out, and I was like, the tree has wings. It was really late at night, and I'm like just looking at the wings, and then it just went and it flew away. It was the most beautiful white owl I had ever seen. And I just went, and my husband was like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. It was, I just enjoyed the white owl all by myself. Do you see a twin flame coming into my life? I know I should be buying a ring next year. Nice. Um, So if I were you, I would not ask for my twin flame, but I would ask for a soul partner, a soul mate. Twin flames, it's a lot of, I want to say the word salad. A lot of light workers use the word twin flame and they never work out. It's really, really gets very, um, just disturbing, and it's nice at the beginning but then it just blow up. I have only met one couple that are twin flames and it worked out perfectly for them. So yes, soulmate. That's okay. uh you did buy flowers for yourself. La 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 la. Awesome. Okay. Oh, me too. See, I don't just preach, I practice what I preach. Okay. So, I don't remember. Was it last week that we did time frame for you meeting your soulmate? Let's see if I'm gonna do another timeline through the end of this. Yes, send me pictures through the end of. I wonder if you can post them to Quiet Mind. Can you try to do that? Can you see if you can post your own picture there? I'm just curious. Why does the fly love me today? Would the cards tell me? I took my shower. Um, I keep the front door open, even though I have screens. I keep the front door open. Even now in the afternoons, the weather is so nice. And I think the screen has like a little opening at the edge. And I was cooking, so it came. Okay. No, you can't do it. Okay. All right. Well, you can send it to me and I'll post it. Um, let's see if we can remember. This is for the timeline by the end of this year. Will Todd meet his soulmate? Because we sometimes have many soulmates. Will Todd meet one of his soulmates by the end of this year? Okay. So you got the coffin, which is like an ending of something, not necessarily bad. We got the clover, and we know clover is luck opportunities. And we have the rider, and we know that the rider is delivery. So I like them together because by the end of this year, I think something energetically, the blockage energetically is going to end, if that makes sense, right? I like that. Like sometimes we want something. For example, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money, and then you find $1 on the side of the road where that's your more money. So we're not clear about what it is exactly that we want. Or we tend to say, well, I don't want her to be short, and I don't want her to be this or that or him, but we don't exactly say what it is that we want. I think I spoke about this in one of the episodes. By the way, today is the 20th episode of Inspirational Moments. There's another celebration. So 20th, I can't believe that we are there. We are at the 20th. So yay. Um, yeah. So as time goes by, there is more clarity. Uh, we can, instead of saying, I don't want this or I don't want that, we get to say, this is what I'm looking for. And then I know a lot of women are like, I don't want a short guy, and I don't want them to be living in this city, or I don't want them to have this kind of a job. And then as time goes by, it's like, well, the values of what values do you want him to have? Do you want him to be kind? And do you want him to be understanding? And do you want him to be supportive? So the more clear that you are, the easier it is. And we tend to let go of the unimportant stuff. Yeah. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming. I'll wait for that picture, Todd, and I will also wait to see how your meditation with the owl goes. Okay, and he doesn't have to be sitting there. You can, of course, meditate and connect with your owl no matter where he is. He came there to give you a message. So as you focus on the owl, um, you know how to meditate, Lisa. Just relax, pay attention to your breath, pay attention to your body, and then bring your focus into your third eye and into towards connecting to the owl with your third eye and with your heart. Okay, and then let me know. And I'm getting even your solar plex, like almost, bring all this one by one, send a connection to the owl from your chakras, uh, and and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know why I was getting that. I kept focusing on my third eye while I was talking. I love you too. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you for everybody that watches this afterwards on replay. I appreciate you all. Be good to yourselves. Okay? Bye.